Okay, so I've done a little bit during the week off camera. And all I've done really is just blocked in the diesel petrol tanks and added a little bit to the old shed that's unbelievably still standing. And I think today what I'm going to do, the horizon line it runs across here, so I'm going to just put in a bit of foliage along here and maybe a couple of trees or something. We might look at doing a nice sky and then slowly work our way forward. So that I think is going to be the plan for today. Now originally Forest Hill was called Boyd's Landing. Now it was called Boyd's Landing because a chap by the name of A.J. Boyd, he bought close to 1,000 acres of land from the Queensland government. Around about, they reckon he paid about 5 shillings an acre. That's not bad. I don't know what that was have been worth back then. Probably, well, certainly probably not as much as what it's worth today. Well, anyway, he actually named the area Forest Hill because he'd seen a map that Cunningham the explorer had made, and on the map he'd marked it Forest Hill. And that was on the map. It was a stopping place, just a stopping place. You know, back in the day, Forest Hill. When I say back in the day, we're talking about, I think it was established in about 1880, so a few years ago, before my time. And anyway, yeah, like I was saying, back in the day, there was 5 hotels, 5 pubs there. It just goes to show you how big, the place must have been. They had their own hospital, a butchery and a baker. Funny how they only had 1 butchery and 1 baker, but they had 5 hotels. Must have been a bit of a supply and demand sort of a thing. But the important thing was it was actually the largest rail freight hub for agricultural products in all of Queensland. And Queensland is a really big place. Like, it's huge. So it's just amazing how things have changed. Unbelievable, actually. And during the big floods of, when was it, 2010, 2011? I talked about that in Murphy's Creek. They virtually had to evacuate all the people by helicopter to to a town just up the road, actually not that far away, which is now sort of the biggest town in the Lockyer Valley. It's called Gatton. So that's how bad the floods got. And it's like that, it can be a really flood-prone area. Well, actually, all of Queensland. I remember the day I got off the plane from New Zealand, and I was driving along. Well, I was being driven along the motorway by my daughter, and I couldn't believe all the signs, warning you of flooding, and like all along the highway, there was signs indicating the level, how high the water's got to, or how high the waters get to. And I'm looking at it, I'm going, where's all the water come from? There's no mountains around. It's amazing. Well, when I say no mountains around, I mean none to speak of. There's plenty of hills and that, but well, I just found it hard to comprehend it all, really. But having lived here for a while now, coming up 6 years, it seriously floods, all right, and it just comes. We have these torrential downpours, and man, they are massive. You've sort of got 2 sort of seasons here. You got the wet season and the dry season. A lot of storms, a lot of thunder and lightning. Well, it's subtropical, I guess, and it's totally different to what I was used to back in New Zealand. But having said that, I love it here. It's an amazing place. Now, I just wanted to read a poem that my partner Anna wrote, and it's about that little house in Forest Hill. So I've actually never read a poem before. not out loud anyway. So anyway, this is my attempt at it. I hope I do it a little bit of justice. Anyway, here we go. Forest Hill, tiny house. It sits alone in a field of the farm, worn rusty roof and grey timber charm. Who would guess what 3 rooms could hold? More years than a century, and lifetimes untold. It is said 7 children slept in sardine rows. Eldest on the outside, wedged little ones head to toe. Candles for night lighting, mother watched and sewed. Father's tin pail wash removes a day of brutal hoe. The kitchen fires kept burning to warm each little one. All up to sup and tend their chores before the rise of sun. The tin roof rattles lightly with rain for thirsty crops. The weatherboards hold firmly when the westerlies don't stop. Daily work seems endless, the farmer's life is such. But all the children go to school, and Sunday all to church. The little house has done its work and sits retired from wear. No longer floorboards echo feet, or face from windows stare. The boards are loose, the roof is bent, and termites do their best. What history that house has held, and now it lays to rest. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And once again, I think it's that time where I stopped talking, switched over to time lapse, and depending on what part of the world you're in, grab a cup or a glass of your favourite drink, put your feet up, listen to some lovely music, think about the beautiful weekend ahead of you, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Decided to leave it there for this week, and I really appreciate you for watching it till the end. It really does mean a lot to me, and it certainly helps my little channel to grow. And I hope you're enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying sharing it with you. You know, there's many forest hills scattered around the countrysides of the world. There's probably one not far from you. Little settlements that were once thriving, that now they seem to have passed their use-by date. But they're all a part of our history. And as an artist, I feel it's important to capture as much as I can for the generations to come. Because once they're gone, and they will be, that's it, they're gone forever. And the only thing keeping these little settlements alive is the people that actually live there, the people that call it home. Now, I'd like to thank all of you who took the time to let me know. After last week I asked if you could please check to see if you're still subbed to my channel. And I really appreciate that. And thank you so much. Now, this is the first time you've been here. I'll leave a link up here to my playlist vlog, Beyond the Fence, in and around the Lockyer Valley. Well, once again, thanks for watching. Have a terrific weekend, and we'll see you in the next one. Same time, same place.